Okay. Start with number 1. What is the root? Even though it's not there. 2. Good. And if it helps for you to go ahead and write that there, you can. Is 72 a perfect square? So we have to break it up into. We could, but think about 9's perfect square. 8 has perfect squares still in it. So think of a bigger one. 36 times what? Good. Some of y'all are very, smart, and you don't have to write down like the breaking up process, but I want you to do it for the first 5, and then if you don't need it, you don't have to do it. X to the 7th. Do we need to break that up? Into what? Good. Y to the 10th. Do we need to break it up? And everybody understands what I mean by why we have to break this up. I don't have to explain that part, right? Alright, now let's take the square root of everything we can. What's the first thing that's going to be on the outside? Next. Good. X to the 3rd. Y to the 5th. What's underneath the radical? Perfect. Those you're very good at because it's a square root and it's familiar. That's why I'm skipping this one for you to do on your own and moving to number 3 where it has a cube root. Okay. Questions about that one? Alright, next. Cube root of -8. Let's break up what we have to. Is 8 a perfect cube?
Yes.
Yes, I don't have to change it then. Don't let these parentheses fool you. I'm just looking at the exponent. Can 3 go into 5?
No.
But 3 can go into what number less than 5?
3.
Yes, so I'll break this up as x plus 1 to the 3rd and x plus 1 to the 2nd. Good. Alright, cube root of -8.
-2.
-2. Good. How many just thought in your head 2i? Okay, me too at first. But why isn't an I involved in this one?
Because you said with odd roots, if you have a negative, they'll always be negative.
Yes.
Because you didn't have a negative odd root.
Very good. So with odd roots, negative numbers, you just take the 3rd root of 8 and keep the negative. Hey.
I'm sorry, can I get what we're doing in class?
Yeah. It's already up there, and I'm recording it now, so it'll be on Google Classroom.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
You're good. Alright. So cube root of this, -2. What else can go on the outside of the root? To the what power?
Just like
Yes, because 3 divided by 3 is 1. So what's left underneath my cube root? Yes. Don't forget, and a lot of my first period students always forget this part, the 3 has to carry down to the root every time. On the test next week, if you don't carry it down, I'm going to count off points, okay? Make sure you carry that down. Questions about that? Why can't I break this up and take the cube root of this part? Yes, but also because 2 is what? Compared to 3? Smaller than 3. So there's no way you can break it up. Does that make sense? Okay. Questions about those two before you get started on 2 of your own? Alright, do 2 and 4 on your own. 2 and 4. Anybody need more time on those? Alright, somebody tell me how to break this up. Not the answer yet, but just what I need to break up. Good. So she said 11 because 121 is perfect square, right? So I don't need to break it up. I'll just leave it. What else? And perfect. So again, if you don't have to break it up, you don't have to. I'm just showing step by step. Alright, let's start with Nikki. Tell me the first term that I'm going to have out here. Good. Alright, Abigail, tell me my next term.
Y squared.
Good. Rihanna, my next term.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one.
It's okay.
Z.
Good. Alright, Brandon, can I take anything else out?
No.
Alright, so tell me what to write. Perfect. Questions about that? How many got that correct? Cool. Okay, good. Moving good. We might not have to do all these. Alright, tell me how to break this up, somebody. Not there yet. I'm just breaking it up like what we did up here, how I left 121 because I didn't have to break it up. Good. Go ahead.
X to the 4th.
Go ahead.
Y to the 12th.
And
Y.
perfect. Alright, Julia, tell me my first term. Good. Alright, Catherine, anything else I can take out?
X squared.
Almost.
Oh, just X.
Good. Yes. Go ahead.
Why is it 2y?
Good. Somebody tell her why it would be the I in there. You know why it's 2.
I don't know why it's 2.
Oh, okay. The 16, the negative 16, we're finding the fourth root. How could I type that in my calculator?
16 to the 1/4 power.
Almost negative 16 to the 1/4. Go ahead and try that. Make sure you put the 1/4 in parentheses. It might give you something weird. What does it say? Yes. Okay. Then why did I put a 2i if it says negative 2? Even. The even power. Good. Even and the negative makes an I. Everybody good with that part? Alright, so Catherine said x to the first. That's good. Alright, what else goes on the outside, Madison?
Y to the 3rd.
Very good. Connor, can I take anything else out? Tell me what to write then.
Just y under the square root. Or 4.
Yes.
Root
Very good.
y.
Alright, raise your hand if you got that one correct. No? Okay. Any questions about that? We'll do 2 more together, then 2 more on your own. Any specific ones you want to do together from 5 through 10? 5. Any other ones?
What's the difference between plus or minus?
Nothing. You just, whatever your answer is, you write plus or minus, then your answer. Alright, then I'll just do 5 and 6. Okay? Oh, 5 and 7. We'll do that. Alright, number 5. What's the root? 2. I don't know why this thing keeps getting blurry. Sorry. Alright, 128, is that a perfect square? Alright, find a perfect square that goes into 128. How many times? Alright, so we'll have 64 times 2. I'm just breaking it up, so I'm leaving everything else the same. Do I have to break this up? Into what? Yes. Alright, tell me what I can take out. 8, good. And what's going to happen right here if I take the 8 out? Yes, so it'll be what? What else? To the what power? Good. What's underneath my square root? And x minus 3. Good. Right here, you could multiply this together, like distribute it, but I won't require you to do that on the test. You can just leave it like that. But if you want to multiply, you can. Questions about that? Alright. Then number 7 together, and then I'll let you do 2 more on your own. Cube root. Is 125 a perfect cube? Yes, very good. So I don't have to change it. Do I have to change x cubed? Do I have to change y squared? No. What's the cube root of negative 125? Perfect. Negative 5. So on the outside, what will I have? 50. Good. What else can go on the outside? What's left underneath? Cube root of y squared. Very good. Questions? How did I get which one?
I thought the 3 over the x was like x to the 3rd.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, the 2 that I want you to do is number 9 and 10. 9 and 10 on your own. Anybody need more time? Okay, who can tell me their final answer for number 9? Just the final answer. Go ahead, Toby.
4x minus 2 squared. The cube root of 2x.
Perfect. Who got the same thing as Toby? Alright, do I need to go over this?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all probably had the x minus 2 squared, correct? Did y'all have that part? No. And then the x minus 2, these numbers we really need to talk about. Alright, 128, is it a perfect cube? No. You can do 128 to the 1/3 power in your calculator and it'll give you a decimal. It's not a perfect cube. So just like, let me go back up, 72 is not a perfect square and we broke it up, we have to find a what that can go into 128? Perfect cube. Good. Okay, what's the smallest perfect cube? 8, because 2 times 2 times 2. Can 8 go into 128? You know what I mean? Like divide evenly? How many times? Alright, so 16 also has 8 in it, correct? So find a bigger perfect cube besides 8. 64, good. 64 times what? Alright, so I'm going to break this up into 64. Why? Because it's a perfect cube. Times 2. The 7. Can 3 go into 7? But it can go into what? 6. So, cube root of 64? 4. That's how we have that. 6 divided by 3? 2. That's why we have x minus 2 to the second. And then everything else stays underneath the cube root. Is everybody okay with that one? Questions? Alright. Anybody want to tell me their answer for number 10? Go ahead. Oh no, Toby, you told me the last one. Go ahead, Connor.
4xy to the 4th, and then 4 root xy.
What do y'all think? Did y'all have the same thing? Alright, this one's good. Let's go over this one. There's 2 ways you can do this 16 squared. Either you can find out what 16 squared is and then take the 4th root of it, or this is the same thing as 16 raised to the what power? 2 over 4. Everybody see that? 2 over 4? 2 over 4 simplified is what? What's 16 to the 1/2? 4. That's the same thing as like square root of 16. Everybody see that? So that's how we got the 4. The x to the 5, I need to break this up into what? Good. And this one? Good. So the 4th root of x to the 4th? X. This stays underneath. 4th root of y to the 16th? Yes. And then the y stays underneath. Questions about that? Do y'all feel like y'all need to do more, or are y'all okay to fix your homework? A few more? Yes? No? I mean, I need to know so I can know. Y'all are good? Go ahead and fix your homework. And then I'm going to have y'all tell each other the answers in just a second.